Hudson Valley Investment Advisors will host an espresso mixer from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. On Saturday, July 20th, the the Chamber will celebrate George Washington Day with a 5K race starting at 8:30 a.m. at Veterans Memorial Park, and a picnic at Lewis Park at 1 p.m., 1 to 4 p.m. And then on Tuesday, July 30th, another espresso mixer at Edenville General Store from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. For more information about Chamber events, visit warwickcc.org. I also wanted to mention that John Buckheit and I, along with DPW supervisor, are continuing to get information for the RFP to obtain some propane tanks. There's a lot of information required in order to identify the specifications for all the equipment, but I think we hope to have that done maybe by the next meeting and maybe have a resolution to move forward on that. That's all I have for this evening.
Great, thank you. Councilman Schuback.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Last night I was asked to attend the Farm Protection Board meeting by Kevin Sumners from Soil and Water. Mr. Sumners is looking for more support for some of the Walk Hill River projects, and right now currently there's a couple projects that are in the town of Goshen, so he was just trying to get a letter from them to get to the DEC in order to get more support, and the board seemed very looked like they were going to give the letter, which is good because these projects really they've been doing a lot of them in the town of Warwick and all throughout the Black Dirt region, and it seems like they've been helping. And this project is over off of Celery Ave and over by going towards the landfill in the town of Goshen. They want to do some major work down there, so that's it's a good step to help with flooding in the area. Also, now that you go drive through Pine Island, Florida, I would like to remind people, you're going to start seeing a lot more trucks on the road harvesting, and also right now it's getting soon for sweet corn. So don't get scared if you hear the propane cannons in the morning, scaring the birds away. And also too, the new little toy they use out there is a green laser. So if you drive through there about 5 o'clock in the morning, and there's one set up right on Pulaski Highway and Skinner's just a little ways in, this laser will be bouncing off the sweet corn, so all you're going to see is this green light bouncing all over the place. It's not aliens trying to land or something, so don't panic if you see this, because people, all of a sudden, it really, 5 to 5:30 in the morning, you're going to see the light just bouncing all over the place, and it really scares people. And that's it, Mr. Supervisor.
Thank you, Councilman. Attorney Buckheit, your report, please. Turn on your mic.
Well, Supervisor, as you're quite used to hearing me say, my report is largely confidential, but I'm prepared to answer questions. One thing I would point out is that I've just been honored this past 6 months to be part of this team under your leadership. And as people have said, there's tremendous work done by DPW, there's tremendous work done by the police department. Everyone works together. I'm just amazed at the spirit of cooperation. Everybody on this town board, everybody in the administration works together. That's why we're able to accomplish. That's why we're able to get through the crises, and these storms have given us a great many crises. But through your leadership, teamwork, cooperation between very competent people, the town continues to thrive, and I'm pleased to be part of that. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Any questions for the attorney? Okay. Clerk Astorino, your report.
The only thing I have to say is come out and get your pool passes at the town clerk's office. We still have them. We've sold almost 400. And also come and get your fishing license too. It's a big fishing season, so come on out and get them right in the clerk's office.
I'm one of the lucky lifetime sportsman license holders, and I get mine mailed to me right around my birthday in August. It's the best. But I still get to see you for my dough permits.
We can sell lifetime licenses.
Yeah, $750 now for it. All right, neither here nor there. And it's coming on that paper too, right? Now it's not even
Yes, Velaron paper is going to be out of commission as of August 1st, and all licenses will be printed on regular paper.
and you're all set with that paper, you have everything?
No, it's just this kind of paper.
Just regular paper?
Yep, regular paper, you can print it
Terrible.
right from home.
Terrible decision by the New York State to do that. All right, I'm going to make my report kind of short. I know everybody wants to get home and watch the presidential debate this evening, and it's been a great meeting so far. I don't want to ruin it with a boring report like John's report, largely confidential. The storm update, you know, both the chief and the commissioner gave us a great update on the storm. I will say that it is incredible cooperation, seeing not only agencies within our department, but other municipalities coming out and supporting and helping each other. It really is a great thing to see and be a part of. Whenever there's an emergency, everyone steps up to take on the challenge and do what's called upon for them. And we as a town board and a town resident really appreciate everybody's work coming out in the middle of the night to address and handle a storm so that everybody can be safe, have power, and go to work the next day or wherever they may go. We have a dry ice distribution right outside Town Hall taking place right now between 7 and 8:30 p.m. Orange and Rockland brought a truck full of dry ice, 3,500 pounds of it, for residents who might still be without power. As of right now, or before this meeting, I checked, and I think there were about 800 residents still without power in the town, and this morning it was over 2,000. So Orange and Rockland's working hard to try to restore power and get everybody back up and running. But in the meantime, if anyone has any issues or emergencies, you can feel free to contact the Warwick Police Department, and they'd be happy to send someone out or address your concerns. As you saw tonight during the meeting prior, we appointed 2 police officers, Neil Ryan and Russell Sir Cable. It was a great honor and a privilege of mine to be on that interview committee, and I have to commend the chief for coming up with this new style of interviewing, because it's different than any other interview. I've interviewed probably 100 people in my life, if not more, for various positions, and the style that we're interviewing these police officers, where they're standing in front of a committee and making their own presentation and trying to answer the questions before they're even asked, and really getting deep into their personal life and their experiences, not only as a cop, but out in the community. It's been a great, very eye-opening experience for me as a supervisor to know that, you know, really a lot more about the people that we're putting out there and empowering to take on these leadership roles within the department, and just how important it is to be a police officer and the great responsibility they have. It gives us a good vision into who they will be as a police officer, a sergeant, or a lieutenant in our department. So Neil and Russell are going to make great leaders within our department. They've already been leaders as patrolmen, and we're very excited to see how they turn out as sergeants. We got the results for Anthony Pisculo, who is our provisional building inspector. You're going to hear a resolution later this evening where we appoint him as the full non-provisional building inspector. I wanted to update the board on an application that's before the planning board right now for a marijuana dispensary, which will be off Ronald Reagan Boulevard. And as per the law, there are 2 sites within the town of Warwick where you can have marijuana dispensaries, but as part of the town code, they are required to undergo site plan review by the planning board. So we will count on our planning board and the experts on the board to review this application and ensure that it meets all of the necessary requirements of the town code. The town board is going to pass a resolution tonight moving forward with the revision to the affordable housing law. We will seek public comment in our public hearing to ensure that we are meeting today's needs with our town code and the constantly evolving needs of our community. We do want to ensure that affordable housing is available to residents when subdivisions are built, but the way it stands right now, this law has been in effect for approximately 20 years, and the affordable component of that law has never been used. So we're looking forward to making sure that the town code reflects what our town is today, and giving the power to the planning board to make sure that they can use discretion in these cases that make the most sense. In addition, the town board is going to set a public hearing to adopt changes to our short-term rental law within the town code. We have learned valuable lessons over time with this constantly evolving situation of short-term rentals throughout the county, throughout the state, and throughout the town, and we're making minor adjustments to our town code to further strengthen the requirements within the town and make sure that we're holding these short-term renters more accountable and protecting the quality of life for the people that live, work, and recreate in the town of Warwick. Tonight, I'm very excited to pass a resolution with the town board to appoint a good friend of mine, Judy Quackenbush, as senior liaison. This is a position that was held by Vince Poloniak for many years, and I will say, Judy, you reached out to me before I even took office on January 1st to make sure that I had a spot to speak to the senior groups in the town, and I can't thank you enough for welcoming me, a new young supervisor, to the position, and opening up the doors to the senior groups. And in addition, you've been a great liaison already, informally, between the senior groups and myself, and I appreciate you doing that. And I really look forward to seeing the great work you'll do partnering with the town board as you take on this new role. So thank you very much for doing that and agreeing to that. I wanted to mention that we received a donation from Joey Ogrotnik. She's an EMT with the Warwick Ambulance Corps. This is going to help support a sign order that's being done by the town of Warwick DPW to install signs throughout the town on the Warwick Cares Initiative, the dial 988 for suicide prevention. I want to thank Joey for her commitment, her donation, and her constant support of great programs in the town of Warwick. The Pine Island well update was provided by Deputy Commissioner McPherson. Route 94 in the Warwick Turnpike intersection, we had an incident a couple weeks back where a tractor trailer lost its brakes going down Warwick Turnpike, and at the intersection over by Price Chopper, ShopRite, and Pennings. And this is the second incident of its kind in the last year. The first one, the tractor trailer lost its brakes about a year ago and collided with one of our on-duty police officers. And this is something that I just wanted to mention to the town board, that we're going to work with the county. It's a county road where Warwick Turnpike is, and we're going to look to try to make some changes on that road. They've already put signs up there to tell people, tell truck drivers that it's a steep grade and to use their lower gear, but it's obvious that the signs are not being read and followed. So we're going to look to work with the county to see if there's an alternative solution to make our roads a little more safer in the town of Warwick. At this point, that concludes my report, and we will move on to privilege of the floor on agenda items. So any resolutions or anything that was discussed, anyone would like to speak on that? No? Okay. We will move right into new business and resolutions, which is addendum number 2. And I will make a motion for this resolution number 271. A motion to change the town special event permit language requiring large events to submit impacted roadway notifications or postings, which are then subject to approval by both the police chief and the town supervisor.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt the New Jersey Search and Rescue, motion to authorize the New Jersey Search and Rescue to conduct a search and rescue drill at Cascade Park on August 11, 2024, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Certificate of liability is on file in the clerk's office.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Aye.
Motion to adopt a resolution for Orange County Department of Human Services to create a position of a part-time building maintenance / mechanic position.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Anthony Pasculo as the full-time Building Inspector 3 at a pay rate of $40.12 per hour, grade 13, step 1, according to the CSEA contract, effective June 28th, 2024.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to waive the Mountain Lake Park application fee for a local nonprofit group, Wickham Works, for the Fuller Moon Arts Festival on August 12, 2024.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt a resolution to refund $50 back to Noreen Riley for 2 senior pool passes at Mountain Lakes Park.
Second.
Discussion, I'll just make a comment. This was because the person who bought the passes didn't realize that the pool was not fully ADA accessible, and then she didn't ask for a refund, but I happened to run into her and ask her, what do you think? And she explained the story to me, and that's where we offered to refund her the senior passes. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion granting permission to the Village of Greenwood Lake to serve alcohol at the Thomas P. Morahan Waterfront Park on July 6, 2024, and Ben Winstanley Park on August 17, 2024, as a part of the fireworks and centennial celebration.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Make a motion to accept the resignation of James Mailing from the Zoning Board of Appeals effective June 25th, 2024.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Judy Quackenbush as the Town of Warwick Senior Liaison effective immediately.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Welcome. Congratulations. Make a motion to schedule a public hearing for introductory local law number 4 of 2024, amending short-term rentals within the Town of Warwick, a local law to amend Section 129 entitled Short-Term Rental Property and subsections therein. Said hearing to be held on Thursday, July 11, 2024, at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter. May the matter be heard at Town Hall 132 Kings Highway, Town of Warwick.
Second.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt the following resolution regarding request to amend town code to include a parcel of real property within the Town of Warwick Agricultural Protection Overlay District. Whereas the Town of Warwick adopted a zoning law known as the 2002 zoning law of the Town of Warwick, adopted January 24, 2002. And whereas said zoning law contained provisions for an agricultural protection overlay, APO district, one of the purposes of which was to recognize and codify the importance of agriculture to the future of the Town of Warwick and the welfare of its citizens. And whereas said zoning law established an overlay district as shown on the Town of Warwick Agricultural Protection Overlay District qualifying area map parcels, which could qualify for the benefits of the APO district. And whereas zoning law sections 164-47.3 .b, sets forth the applicability of said APO district to lands within the Town of Warwick, and whereas the zoning law sections 164-47.3 and 164-60 allow property owners to request that the town board amend the Town of Warwick Agricultural Protection Overlay District qualifying area map to include additional parcels of real property. And whereas the property owners Patrick Scott and Sohan Desi have submitted to the town clerk an application requesting that the Town of Warwick Board amend the Town of Warwick Agricultural Protection Overlay District qualifying area map to include 66 Wheeler Road, Florida, New York, a 24.10 acre parcel known as Section 8, Block 2, Lot 8.2 of the tax map of the Town of Warwick, along with proof of substantiation that the subject parcel of real property satisfies the requirements set forth in zoning law sections 164-47.3 and 164-60A2, and whereas the town board has determined that the application satisfies the requirements set forth in the zoning law sections 164-47.3 and 164-6A2, now therefore be it resolved that the public hearing be held with regard to amending the Town of Warwick Agricultural Protection Overlay District qualifying area map to include 66 Wheeler Road, Florida, New York, a 24.1 acre parcel known as Section 8, Block 2, Lot 8.2 of the tax map of the Town of Warwick belonging to Patrick Scott and Sohan Desi.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Make a motion to schedule a public hearing for introductory local law number 5 of 2024 entitled Amending Town Code to include a parcel of real property, section block and lot 8-2-8.2 within the Agricultural Protection Overlay District, said hearing to be held on Thursday, August 8, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter. May the matter be heard at Town Hall 132 Kings Highway, Town of Warwick.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to appoint Edward Bolello as a part-time building maintenance mechanic for the Town of Warwick at a rate of $25 per hour, effective June 29th, 2024.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to authorize the supervisor to sign a legal retainer to formally retain John Ziobro Esquire to defend the town with regard to an Article 78 petition.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to waive the 30-day advance notice for local municipality of community board requirement for on-premises alcoholic license for De Oro Food Group LLC located at 625 Glenwood Road, Pine Island, New York.
Second.
This is the old Jolly Onion, by the way. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to refund $978 back to Mr. and Mrs. Julio Pacho for the cancellation of their residential addition permit number 32959 as per letter dated June 25th, 2024, from the building inspector.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to accept notice of intent to retire from the Town of Warwick Police Department, Police Officer Kevin Halsey, for the purpose of retirement on December 26, 2024.
Second.
Discussion, I just want to say, Officer Halsey is one of our K-9 officers, and he's with the department for 29 years, and I don't think I've heard anyone speak more highly of an officer than they have about Officer Halsey, and when he does retire, I wish him well. He's been a great asset and will be a very hard replacement. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to adopt motion to appoint Matt Sansone as lifeguard at the Mountain Lake Pool at a rate of $15 per hour.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Motion to authorize the supervisor to send written request to Senator James Skoufis seeking additional grant funds to be used for Town of Warwick parks.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. There are a few additional motions here. I make a motion to appoint Glenn Ellers as a regular member of the Zoning Board of Appeals for a 5-year term to expire June 30, 2029.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I make a motion to appoint Aaron Ubides as an alternate member of the Zoning Board of Appeals for a 1-year term to expire June 30, 2025.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, back to the regular agenda. At this time, I will make a motion to pay all audited bills.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, at this time, we'll open it up to privilege of the floor on any general topic. If anyone would like to talk about anything, ask any questions, or mention anything? No?
Just had a date change for the Fuller Food Fest, that's actually August 24th, instead of 2/7 o'clock.
Wickham Works, Lake Park, Fuller Moon Arts Festival on August 12th. Okay, I make a motion to, what was the date again? 24. I make a motion to amend Resolution Number 275 of 2024 to include date August 24th for the Fuller Moon Arts Festival.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Amendment for the resolution is carried. Thank you, Sam. Any other privilege of the floor? All right, there being none. The next town board meeting will take place on Thursday, July 11th at 7:30 p.m. It is always preceded by a 90-minute workshop, which happens right here in the public in Town Hall. And we will also have a public hearing on introductory local law number 4, short-term rental, and that will take place at 7:30 p.m. or soon thereafter. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion on that? I hope not. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you all very much for coming tonight. I appreciate it. Have a safe ride home.